morning YouTube, good morning the Silver Forum. I have just got a little NGC unboxing. I'm recording this the morning after the night before. I've had a crazy couple of busy days, especially with the delays with the Proof 5 coin sets coming out. I think a guy's driven about a 300-mile round trip just to hand me his coin set. Literally within a few hours later, it was at the NGC, so it's all been a mad dash. Still quite tired, but hey-ho, we can get this open and have a look. Quite a few coins. And the first one, can we get in focus? That's more like it. We've got 2011 Britannia. It's a bullion. It's come out an MS69. The finish on these coins are quite unusual. They're quite a more like a matte finish. This coin came out of a blister, and it's more or less spot on, this coin. It has, under very high magnification, it has got a few slight contact marks. And I would say this, if you are grading sort of bullion coins, I think if you buy them in blisters, it reduces the chance of additional contact marks from being in coins and handled more. But you can't get away from how these coins are manufactured, and they are, I can't stress, these are bullion coins, so we need to be a little bit more forgiving. That these are minted in a way that they're fast produced, and they're put in horizontal sort of hoppers for collection and putting into tubes. So I've seen the process, and it is quite mechanical, coin on coin, and you can't get away from that. So a lot of these do get slight contact marks even before they've been put into blisters. So you just got to be aware of that. Nevertheless, it takes nothing away from the coin. I think this is done. I think it's done well for what it actually is, an MS69. And again, the difference between a 69 and a 70 is marginal. I mean, in this population, there's 6, and there's only 14 of these coins that have achieved a 70. So it just goes to show that some of these population figures are very hard to hit the high numbers in some of the coins. So that's number one. Number two, I'm happy with this one. I'm proper happy for the guy. PF70 Ultra Cameo. For some of you guys watch my videos, this came to me raw. It was quite manky. That's what we say up north, manky. It's quite dirty, greasy. Wasn't looking the best. The guy did a deal with a fellow collector, and he took a gamble on it. Fair enough. I'm not saying on the Coin Whisperer I can guarantee everything is 70, but we made it look good. It came out good, and I think this is a gem of a coin. I also like the obverse of this coin. It's quite an unusual one, and I think that looks absolutely fandabidos, and I'm really happy to get that. I will tag in a video of me doing the work on this coin, so happy with that. And we've got another 2011 Britannia, and it came from the same batch as this one. It was in the same blistered batch as that one there. So at least the grading in this case has been absolutely consistent with the two coins. So again, we've seen that one again. I think, like I said, they're as good as they're going to get 69s. I think to get a bullion coin, to get a 70, I think you've got to be lucky. So I'll put that one away. And more bullion coins today, folks. We've got the 2022 Double Sov, MS69 Deep Proof Like. I've had a right good look at this coin under high magnification and in daylight, and using my high-tech pointer at cock test, there is the absolute tiniest bit of a contact mark over it. You can't even see it in this light, but there's a tiny contact mark there, and there's ever so slightest contact mark just above her head. But other than that, it's an absolutely totally perfect coin. So to get it 69, and I think these are great collectible coins. I think if you get, if you get a special year reverse, buy it as a bullion, and if you want to get it slabbed or not, it's up to you. But I think these make good long-term collector's pieces for the collection. But other than that, the coin is absolutely mint, and it looks really good. And I think the doubles, like I said before, I think the doubles make a good size. So we've got one there. The next one for the gentleman. MS68 DPL. And yes, I can see why this has got a... Can we get in closer? Can we get in closer? If you're using my high-tech, where's my high-tech pointer? Can I see it? There we go. There is just the faintest contact marks around this area of the rim. I don't know if you can see that. So it's had some kind of contact mark as this has been manufactured. This came out of a blister as well, but I don't know if we can get in there, but there is something there. And again, you can only really see it under very high magnification. In daylight, yeah, we can see it there, can't we, folks? If we just bounce it around the light, you know what I'm pointing at there. Let's get some back to normal. The obverse is nice on this. So 68, and this is what I'll always say, that these are a little bit of a gamble to get the big marks. And the gamble's paid off with this one. MS70 deep proof like on his half. I would be happy with this because I don't think there's going to be huge amounts in the population getting 70s. Not for a bullion coin. So that is, yeah, spot on. I think it's worthwhile doing that. I think if you really want to run a 70 of these, I think you would have to send multiple ones into the NGC and just hope that you get the results you wanted. And we've got a bullion half MS69 deep proof like again, and again this is nice. It's a really nice coin. Only this mint of a hint of a contact mark on the obverse on that. I can't even zoom in, it's that small. So not too bad. We have got, yes, 1989 half sovereign. This one's only got a 63. Yes. Yes, it came in, I think it's definitely been handled at one point. The reverse is spot on. One thing I'll look at with these, using my high-tech pointer again, the outer rim of the roses, these are the high points, and I've seen loads of these just get contact marks. These are the obvious places where I look, just because it's almost like a curved, the sort of roses are curved, so the centre is the highest point, and it's clean as a whistle on the reverse. I think that these, and again, it's very common to get contact marks in all these areas. The obverse, yes, there's hints of hairlines. Don't know if you can just see it. You know whereabouts where you can see the spotlight bouncing there. It's really they are there, but they are hints of hairlines. So it would drag it down from a 70. To get a 63, a bit mean, to be honest. You know, you want every coin to be 70, but you've got to also be realistic. So if a coin's got hairlines, you're very unlikely to get the high marks. But it has been sort of downgraded quite a bit, and I think it's a little bit mean. But that's just my opinion. It's very sort of subjective, this hobby, but it's got a 63. An Isle of Man 1/10 Angel PF70 Ultra Cameo. It's the only one in the population. It's quite a cute little button of a coin. Very bright. It's really nicely reflective fields on this coin. Quite like it. That's not too bad at all. Aha! This is mine. This is the £5 Jubilee matte BU that I sent back to the NGC. It was absolutely, the coin was like that in the capsule. It was completely out of skew. They were absolutely fine with me. There was no quibble there. They sent it back, put it back in. These are a gem. These are long-term storage for me. Got no issues even trying to attempt to sell these on or whatever. These are just getting locked away in safety deposit boxes, and I'll most probably revisit them in another sort of 8 to 10 years and see how they are. Aha, right, an interesting one. An 1890 Australia Sovereign, MS61. Straight away, don't be disappointed with that. This population's very hard to crack. Even though this is an MS61, I think there's only 4 coins graded higher for this year. And I think the highest grade's a 63. off the top of my head. So this has come back as 61, and this is where my sort of core coin collecting comes in. I do a lot with sovereigns, and yes, it is disappointing to get a 61, but just appraising this myself, there is definitely wear to the high points, the dragon's torso there. Always look for George's garter. That's one of the highest points, and again, that's completely worn away. I don't know if you can even see that with this light, but there's the garter there. Also check for the high points where the rein passes the horse's neck, because again, that's a high point that actually gets worn away. Again, George's torso and his forehead gets quite a lot of wear. It's not just the things in relief that you need to look at. I look at the rim as well for any sort of heavy contact marks or dings. And then there's the fields, the flat pieces, basically, in layman's terms. You know, what do these look like, you know? And this is consistent from being in a bag or in contact with other coins. It has been in circulation because it has got wear marks across the high point, so it has been in circulation, but I wouldn't say for too long. That's just the way I look at this, and it has got some original luster, especially if you look at these areas. Excuse me knocking the camera. You know, if you look in between the legend, there is some definitely original luster left there. And overall, it is nice. Again, on the obverse, there is sort of a lot of contact marks all the way around it. And again, it's reasonable for a coin like this to look like this. If this coin was loose, or I'm going to say raw, I like saying, if this coin was raw in my hands and I was appraising this, I wouldn't grade it more than EF. I wouldn't. And again, that's subjective. That's just my opinion for what it's worth out there. But if this coin was raw, I would say it's EF at best, which then takes it to the AU58 MS60 equivalent in the Sheldon scale. And the British descriptive scale and the Sheldon scale can be at conflict with one another. I will go into that in more detail with more coins, but so it's not an exact comparison, but being fair looking at this coin, I would say this is EF. So if it's coming back 61, yeah, I agree with that. It'd be nice. It would have been nice to get a little bit higher, but you always want the top mark. So I think you've got to be realistic as well, and especially when if it's your own coin. This one isn't, but when it's your own coin, you're a little bit, you're swayed to wanting a better result than you're actually going to get. That's what I'm trying to get at. But it is, it's definitely an EF sovereign. It's well worth grading, and to get this. To get a coin like this and you've only got 4 coins higher than this in the population, I think you've done quite well. So, very attractive coin. It's one of the years now I'm going to look out for. So, I'm going to do some scouting for an 1890. I mean, if I see some really nice ones, I'd like to stick a few in and see if I can get top pop in this one. So, nice coin. Good to see it. And the last one, something a bit unusual. A 1964 sixpence, MS66, top of the pops. Well happy with this coin, and this goes to show when people grade coins, it's for different reasons. It's not just about banging a coin in a capsule to make loads of money. This one's a present for his mum. I presume she was born in 1964. He's picked a blinding coin because an MS66. This is top of the pops. Really nice, clean coin. I get focused on that a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit. I think that's just, well, it is. It's the cleanest, nicest looking graded 1964 NGC sixpence there is, because it is top of the pops, this one. So I'm well happy for him. And it's nice to see. It's a present, like I say, and this one I keep saying when people ask me for grading coins, and they say, will it do well, and it's a case of understanding the reasons why you want to grade a coin. A lot of people are doing it for added value, but it's not everything. For me, I'm collecting a run of George V sovereigns, and I'm looking for a spread of dates. I want to get everything from an MS60 to the highest 60 if I can, and I want that just a point of reference. So it's nice to have a collection of coins where you've almost got a point of reference, and especially if you're getting a lot of the same ones like sovereigns, it's nice to have these and as a comparison. So that's me waffled on enough. I'm going to get some sleep. Glad I've got that back. Thanks for watching, folks. There's going to be an absolutely pile of King Charles proof sovereigns coming back over the next few months. I've submitted one or two, and that's an understatement. I have submitted absolutely loads for guys. I am doing some more submissions again soon. I'm doing another batch because it's just been an absolute nightmare with the Royal Mint releasing the King Charles proof sovereigns. They released the singles in January. The sets are slowly coming through now, which we're in middle of March. Sorry, middle of that's a fraudulent slippers and speaking to the back of the Royal Mint, middle of February. And some guys now are being told March and April for the sets that they paid for in November, which is I don't think that's good enough. It's far from ideal, but come on, it shouldn't take the original maker to make the chief coin in the world 6 months to get it to the customers. There's no excuse as far as I'm concerned with that one, and it is putting a lot of pressure on people if people want to get graded. By the time this comes out, you would have missed the cut-off for the first release on the single proof sovereigns, because that is the 14th. And the sets, the NGC are playing ball with customers, and they are saying you can still get them graded providing they are submitted as sealed sets. If you guys want any, I've got some additional information there, but I'm not openly giving that out for free. But I have got some information regarding the first released labels if you want that. But give me a PM, talk to me through the Silver Forum, and I'm happy to talk you through it. Because of watching, I'll see you again soon. Ta-da.